Hello everybody, thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Cheryl, and I am so appreciative of you deciding to share some time with me. And for those of you who follow me on a regular basis, thank you so much for returning, and thank you for your lovely comments. I read every single one of them and try to respond to each and every one. Today, obviously, by the title on my video, we're going to make some napkins, and we're going to make some vintage wallpaper. So let's begin. Oh wait, before we begin, I have a message for Kelly McCurkin. I probably just botched her last name, but that doesn't matter. I'll leave all of her information in the link below. Kelly is a friend of mine who is on Instagram. She does not have a YouTube channel. However, I had shown making some vintage wallpaper in a video that I was doing. I don't even know when it was, maybe 5 or 6 days ago, or 5 or 6 videos ago. And she had posted the one she made on Instagram, and she had given me credit, which was lovely, and thank you very much, Kelly. I appreciate that very much. Since then, I've received several messages and on Instagram asking if I would show how to make it. And in all honesty, when I did do that napkin on video, I thought it was kind of silly, so that's why I have never ever done it on video. I've made it many times and used it many times in the past several years, but I've never done a video because I just thought it was silly. But evidently it's not silly because you all loved it, and thank you. I really appreciate it. So I thought what we do is I'll show you some of the ones that I've made, because this is take 3 on my videos. My first video, I didn't turn on the camera. So I spoke for 45 minutes and did my thing, and I went to turn off the camera and it was off. It is running, I can see it. And then the second video I did went 1 hour and 20 minutes. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. My printer wasn't working. Well, it was. It's a long story. Anyway, ever had one of those days? It's been 2 for me. 2 days. Anyway, I'm so sorry this is going up so late. I've promised so many people it would go up today. I had another video planned for yesterday afternoon. That didn't go up yesterday afternoon because I wasn't feeling well. All that said, thank you, Kelly, and to my friend Deidre, shout out to you. She also is on Instagram, and dear friend, and she had sent me a message this morning asking me if I'd do a video on making the vintage wallpaper, which was kind of funny because I had gotten up and pulled my napkins and then went back to bed. So, yeah, I didn't get up until 9:30 today, so my walk didn't happen. Hold on one second. Honey? He doesn't know I'm doing a video and the kitty's in here, and I don't want him to shut the door with the kitty in here because she'll stop meowing. So anyway, John? Honey? Hold on, I'm going to shut the door. I'm doing a video, babe. I'm sorry about that. I heard him say, hi, Chirpy. Chirpy is not his name. His name is Robin. But he calls him Chirpy because he meows all the time. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. All right, so I did some napkins. I had some already done in my stash, and so I'd like to do some more. So I think what we'll do is start with the making of napkins, because isn't it funny that when you show napkins sometimes, people will say, where did you get that napkin? It happens to me all the time. Where'd you get that napkin? I have no idea. It could have been TJ Maxx. It could have been Tuesday Mornings, which has been closed for 2 years. It could have been Dollar Tree, Dollar General. It could have been Party Store, Party City. I'm giving you all the places you can get in the United States for napkins. Party Store, Party City. You can get them in the wedding section at Joann's before they close. Probably have a ton of napkins on sale right now at Joann's. So try Joann's. They have great napkins. I'm sure they probably got an Easter napkins as well, even though they, are going out of business. I'm sure they had shipments coming in. I've gotten lots of Easter napkins at Joann's. Hobby Lobby wedding section. Beautiful napkins. Walmart. Check the party section. Check the craft section, definitely, because lots of times they put their napkins in their craft section, especially during the holidays. And that's about all I know of. Unfortunately, we live in a very, very small village on the west coast of Florida, and we don't have anything like that in our neighborhood. We have to drive about an hour and a half just to get to a Dollar Tree. So I don't get out much. Anyway, so let's start with the printing on the napkins and making a napkin. And then we'll get to the making the faux wallpaper, okay? So let me show you first some napkins that I have. This is a napkin that is a printable from, I don't remember, Sweepy Curiosities, because I just used that kit recently. And then this is Raindrop Lila, which I've had in my stash. This is Toile De Jouy. This, I think it's floral pastel, but I'm not positive. I can find out. This is a printable and it's floral pastel as well. The rest are all napkins, and I'll show you those. Aren't they beautiful? They're gorgeous. And then this is a real napkin, and this is a napkin, and these are all been made into faux vintage wallpaper, and I'll show you how I got this idea. And then this is a napkin. It's got the writing on it. It's just gorgeous. This one looks like suede. Even in person, it looks like suede. It's gorgeous. And then this one. This probably has to be my all-time favorite napkin, and no, I don't know where I got it. This one I love as well. This reminds me of like Victorian era. It's got like 1736, and it's got a lot of writing. This reminds me of William Morris. That is just a darling. I just love Easter. Oh my gosh. And then this is a napkin as well, but it's cut in half because it wouldn't fit on the whole piece of paper. So I just cut it this way. You know, it was folded in fours like this. It was folded in fours. And when I opened it all up, it happened to be top and bottom were like this. Isn't that gorgeous? Napkin. This I've had forever. That didn't come off. It just, I hadn't gotten, it had torn when I tore the white off. But I use it anyway because it's just gorgeous. And then, let's see. This I made the other day. This is how it all started. Well, no, it's not how it all started, but, oh, you can also print on music page. This is a music page. There's Gloria on the back. And this is how it looks like, because this is obviously white. So when you put the napkin on, you can see through it, which is nice. You could probably still see through, the white napkin on this paper as well. Or on the printed paper, I'm sure you can see through it. So you can print on music paper as well. It's just not going to look as vintage, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, wallpaper, you wouldn't probably have music. But isn't it gorgeous? I did not make this one. My friend Patty did from Wildflower Studios Fabrics. This is a napkin. And I just cut this. I cut this And then I cut these up. And then I did some chalking on those little girls. And I sewed it onto some cardstock. Cardstock. But it was just like this. So I glued the fabric on, pressed it after it was dry so it would stick real good. Put the napkin on, and then I sewed it, put this on, sewed it around here, sewed it around here, and then just backed it with that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I was just playing. And then there's this one. So there's these 4. I didn't get the glue all the way on. Well, I didn't get the napkin all the way on there, but it's fine. It's these 4 that come on the napkin. So it's a sheet that has these 4, same 4, same 4, same 4. But I've made some things for some people that I have to send some things to, so there's those. All right. So, like I said, I think we'll start with printing on the napkin first, and then I'll show you the process, because there's a 3-step process to this, to making that. And like I said, these are the printed napkins. Raindrop Lila, Sweepy Curiosities, Sweepy Curiosities. All right, let me put these to the side. And I'll need a printer. Sorry. So, and while it's printing, I'll show you how to get started. Because it has to dry before we press it. Okay, so we'll need a piece of cardstock, and we'll just use the one I've been using. I just use it over and over. You know, you can just print over and over. And see, that's the negative to this one. Now see, once you put it on the paper, it turns vintage. So this is where I got my idea. Let me just pick a print. Well, let me just show you this first. This is a wallpaper border from oh my goodness, I know it's on here, 1943. Okay, 12 feet, rolled 25 cents. I only paid $1 for it, which is a good thing because it was only 25 cents back then. I'm kidding. So, anyway, it's got paper on the back. And you'd put paste on it. This is not like, you don't dip this in water or anything. I don't know if they even had the water kind back then. But this is pretty vintage, 1943. Because I was born in 55 and I'm almost 70, so. So this is like 80 years old. Isn't that cool? Like, I just love old things. Like, I love holding old things and using old things. And hoarding old things. No, I'm kidding. I've been using this for a long time. This was a brand new package. Had not been opened. Couldn't believe it. When I saw it, I'm like, is it really $1? I thought it was a sample from like a sampler, you know, from like a wallpaper, like person that would go around with, you know, to sell samples. I mean, to show samples. But as I looked at it and read the directions and the instructions on how to use it, I realized, oh, no, wait, it's right there, wall border. So it's not a wallpaper border, it's a wall border. But it is wallpaper, and it's pasted. Okay, so we'll put that there. And print. I'm so sorry. What did I do with it? There it is. So this was here, okay? And this was the print. But once it's on the paper and we do the 2-step process, it turns into vintage wallpaper, okay? And if you wanted it white, then just put it on white construction paper. But I want mine on this construction paper, because that way it looks really vintage. Okay, we'll use this. Oh, shoot, I need a napkin. Here, I'm going to show you how, well, just use this one. So if you want to take your napkin apart, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to take the time to do this step. Okay. So you don't want to take your napkin off where it is perforated. Like this is embossed. It's got an embossing on it, see? You want to take your napkin, and the reason why this is torn is because I likely at one time only used one of these hydrangeas. So what you want to do is find a place that is not embossed and tear it off that way. Hold 1 second and let me just find my scissors here. Let me just take this off because I'll use it in something else. I don't throw away anything. And you do need the back of a napkin to do this, or at least one of the plies. Not the back, but one ply, just like you would. And always cut your napkins together. Don't take them apart and then cut them. It's so much easier, and you're going to get so much of a better line if you cut it before you take it apart. And it's easier to take it apart. Let me just put my little toolbox over here. I just can't reach very far. Put that there. Put this here. So what you want to do is find the place that is not embossed, okay? And then, let me turn on my iron. And then take a piece of tape, Scotch tape will work. Masking tape. But the Scotch tape, you're not going to tear your napkin when you do this. Any other tape? I'm not sure. So you can let me know in the comments if I'm doing this wrong. I'm just going to roll this like this. It helps to separate it without it tearing, because I don't want it to tear, because I want that piece, which it will likely tear, but that's okay. No, it didn't. All right. And then carefully, once you get to this embossed part here, you can see it's embossed. It's really pretty pattern, the embossing. So then you just carefully, where that embossing is, it's not glued, it's embossed, and it's what holds the napkin together. And that's it, okay? So that's how you take it apart. And that's the part we're going to print on. But I think I want a larger piece. I should have done a larger napkin, but I have some pieces over here, so it'll be fine. I have some larger pieces. I just wanted to show you how to take it apart. This one's not taken apart yet. This was a 3-ply. So I'm going to pull this carefully apart. I always save my plies because there's always something you can do with them. And I'll show you how I store my napkins as well, if you'd care to see how I do that. People ask me sometimes. So there we go. So we're going to use a bigger one. I have used smaller ones many times. I've used even pieces like this to print on. If that's what I need, then that's what I use. So what we're going to do is I'll move these out of the way. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this part here and I'm just going to lay it on here. Let's see. Doesn't really matter. I just want you to be able to see where I'm putting it. Am I in frame? Yeah. So what I do is I take my napkin, and I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, and please, please, please follow the instructions, because one time I printed on something else and I got a lot of bad feedback. I had 5,000 people watch it, over 5,000, 8,000 since it's been printed, since it's been videoed. But I did do something like this before, not this exact. I'll be doing it tomorrow, the other things that I printed on. But if you don't follow my instructions, it really, you know, then it could cause a problem with your printer, or it could cause a problem with your napkin, it could cause a problem with anything, right? But this is how I do it. I don't know if anybody else has printed on napkins before and how they do it, but this is how I do it. And it works for me every time, and I don't have a problem, and it doesn't do anything bad to my printer. I have an HP inkjet printer. I'm just going to get a piece of washi tape, and this is, I keep my non-very sticky or tape, you know, that I'm not going to really use very often, and I just keep it here because that way I always have it like right near me, and I can just take it off the ring and not have to go through my washi tape, which is beside me, but I don't have to go through my washi tape and find something that's not real sticky. So I can tell that pink it's not sticky because it's sticking up. So I'm going to take that piece off. And you can use bigger rings. I have a big, big silver ring with all my thin ones on it. I have a big silver ring with my florals, and you know, it kind of depends on however you want to keep your washi. So now what I do is, did I already do this part? I put it all the way to the edge, right? Then I move it down just a hair, because all I want to do is catch the very top of the napkin. I should have my glasses on. I want to catch the top of that napkin, just the top. I wonder if that's going to be a problem. I don't think so. There's a little piece right here that's not, you know what I mean? It got torn a little bit, but I don't think it'll be a problem. So then just take it off. I'll put that back on in a minute. Then lift it up. When you flip this over, make sure your napkin doesn't get all, you know, hold your napkin like this and then flip it over. And then you want to, you can go ahead and do this. Make sure it's tight. And then flip this part over. So now my printer is a tray printer, meaning I have a tray where I put my paper in. Okay? I should have, oh wait a minute, I might have a picture of it. This is my printer right here. So the tray is right here, and that's where I put my paper. Okay? It's not a back. The paper tray is right here. Okay? So I'm going to put my paper in the paper tray. It's going to go through the printer and come out this way. All right? Excuse me. Okay. I am going to trim this off because it's not sticking down. I don't know why. There we go. So just make sure that's stuck down all the way across. Oh, you know what I did? I know what I did. I folded it over first, and I probably shouldn't have done that, because you want to make sure that's flat. So it doesn't get caught in your printer. Okay? That's it. So now you've got that glued, taped with your washi tape. Now I'll grab this and grab a print. let's see. Doesn't matter. I can't even see my computer. We'll do this one. It's pretty, I think. Looks good enough. All right, this I am going to put in my printer. But I'm going to put it in my printer like this because my printer prints like this. Okay? And while that's printing, which will only take a second, but still, I'm going to have a sip of water. Excuse me. Get out my parchment paper. Get out my construction paper, which you can get on Amazon. It's 9.5 by 12. Did I hit print? Guess not. Sorry about that. All right, so let's get a napkin, small one. Let's get that. We'll do that hydrangea because it's really pretty. Glue stick. If you have a colored glue stick, it would be the best. I don't. So, the reason why is because then you can see your glue, because you want to make sure that this whole thing gets glued. So what I do is I go like this, right? I go down here beside the napkin and below the napkin. And I have a little piece up here. That way I know that this is where I need to glue. And somebody told me, or I saw on YouTube, always do your glue in one direction going over that line of glue. That way you know you have your glue there. Okay? So that's what I'm doing. If you have an over-the-head fan, like I do, make sure it's off, because otherwise this will dry really fast. And it will dry before you get your napkin on it. Because I couldn't figure out why my glue is drying when I was using glue stick. My regular glue doesn't do it, but the glue stick, it dries so fast. Well, it's because I have my fan on. I have an overhead fan. So, oops, didn't have my tray out to catch that, so it fell on the floor. And I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up. It's all right. Well, let's glue this first, because there's a two-step process. There's this process, and then there's another process. So that seems like it's pretty glued. I'm just gonna go down here a little bit more. And you will use a lot of glue stick, because you do definitely need to put a lot of glue on this, or it's not gonna stay forever. And you want it to, you know? I mean, you're making a beautiful journal or greeting card or tag or what have you, and you really do want it to stay pretty and nice and last for, you know, I mean, I want my journals to last, you know, my great-grandchildren. I want them to be able to read them if you journal, or even look at them. I don't care what they do with them, but, you know, I want them to last a long time. So, back. Now I'm going to take my napkin, and there's a little tiny piece there that's kind of driving me crazy. It's like rolled, so I'm just taking my iron and I'm unrolling it. The edge was rolled, and I want the whole thing. So I just undid it with my little craft iron, which I'll show you in a moment. Press it down in the middle and then press it down. Don't swipe it, press it. If you end up with any lumps or bumps, try not to get your fingers in that glue. And always keep your hand sanitizer, baby wipes, or whatever you use. I use hand sanitizer because it's inexpensive and it cleans all of my brushes and it cleans my mat and it cleans my fingers and it cleans everything. It cleans my ink brushes. Once I use them for about a week to 2 weeks, I just take the hand sanitizer. I put it in my hand like this. Like, these are old brushes, but once they get to like this has been about a month. But once they get to about here, I take it and squirt my hand sanitizer, do this really well with the hand sanitizer, and then I put it in just a little jar and leave it. Just leave it on there. And then once I get them all done, which I usually only have 2 or 3, then I wipe it really good with a paper towel, and if there's still ink on it, I'll do it again, and I'll wipe it. Now this is permanent. This is gold. But my pink one, I've just cleaned my brushes, so where's my pink one? I always use, now this is spun sugar. I clean it with hand sanitizer. But it's not archival or permanent. It's, you know, the spun sugar is by, what's his name? Tim Holtz. Okay, so that's part 1. We're gonna let that dry and we're gonna get our printed one, see what that looks like. I hope it came out pretty. I couldn't really see what I was printing. Ooh, I like it. Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna have to pick this up. Oh, love it. Now, don't pay any attention to the sides because I used that other, I used the paper I used before, and I'll keep using it. I'll put it aside. I'll keep using this to print on. So it will, see? I've used it for this napkin, I've used it for another napkin, and now I'm using it for this napkin. So now all you do is go around back, and that's why I said don't use a real sticky tape, because you want to be able to peel it off and not tear your napkin. I shouldn't have folded this over first. What you should do, leave that long, just leave this long, fold it over like this, right? And then just snip that edge off like that. Then you don't have any problems. Then you know that you're safe going through your printer, okay? Oh, what happened? Is that ink? Oh no, it's the washi tape. The ink doesn't, you can't put washi tape in the printer. I mean, you can, it just, the ink's gonna come off. That's what that is. But I'll show you how to take it off. So now, you're just going to peel this up, like so, and go around the back. And now when somebody says, where did you get that napkin? I love it. You can say, it is a printable from, this is actually Raindrop Lila. You can say, it's a printable by Raindrop Lila. Oh, it's tearing, and that's not ever happened. Oh. So take it off like this, right? Then take your scissors, or sometimes it will come off the napkin, but This one is not going to, and I'm not going to tear it. So what I'll do is I will take my scissors, because I want my napkin to look nice, and I'll go right along the edge of my washi tape. And that will make a nice straight edge. So it'll still look like a napkin, if you want to use it for a napkin. If you're having company or what have you. What a pretty napkin. Okay, I am going to just get the ink off my hands because I don't want to get ink anywhere else. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. Love how it came out. So now we'll glue that one down. And while that's drying, we will do part 2 on the other napkin and we will be done. I'll show you a couple of things you can do with your napkins. And then we'll be done. 36 minutes. All right. So we've got everything all set. Get our parchment paper back. Get our construction paper back. And let's play with the glue. So again, just put your napkin up wherever, you know, you want it, or wherever you're going to put it on your construction paper. Don't throw this away. It's awesome paper. I'm going to be doing a video tomorrow on printing on different things. I won't be doing napkins again, obviously. But I have other things you can print on that I've done before, but I'd like to do it again. And some things I haven't done before in video that I would like to show you. And I just did that completely wrong. I'm going to just go up here, down here. This is what I do. I kind of measure it out. Then I move my napkin out of the way, like I just showed you. It's been a couple of days, guys. I don't know why. Oh my goodness. If you see my Facebook or Instagram, because my Instagram, when I post on Instagram, it goes to Facebook, but I put something on Facebook yesterday because I had just had it. It was just one of those days. And I will get to the construction of the last video I did, which was, I was so happy in that video. I just had such a good time. That was yesterday morning. And I was going to come back yesterday afternoon, and nothing was going right. I didn't feel well. Pain is a terrible thing. So again, just go one way. Make sure you've got everything covered. I just don't do good with glue stick. What is wrong with me? Look at all that. And it's a good glue stick. It's Scotch Permanent. But it just, I don't know. I don't know. It's me. And it's not the weather, because we have air conditioning. So I can't blame the weather. Like a lot of people will say, well, I live in Arizona. It's really dry here. Well, you have air conditioning. Well, I suppose the air conditioning can make the house dry. Didn't really think about that. It does. It lowers the humidity. Oh my gosh, see? My brain, guys. My brain is not working. I have a lot going on. I do. I really do. You might as well know I have a lot going on. And since you are my followers, I should let you know. If I don't show up, you know that it's just one of those days. I used to do 7 videos a week. Now I'm lucky if I do 4. I'm so sorry, because I have so much to share. I'm not, I'm not saying I'm so sorry because I'm not here. I am sorry because I'm not here, because I love you all, and I love visiting with you, and I love crafting with you. Like, I don't craft unless I turn on the camera. Well, yesterday I did. I didn't turn on the camera for that because I knew it was going to take 2 hours at least, and you didn't have 2 hours. So that's empty. And again, just take your napkin and you'll see how nice and vintage this gets and how much like wallpaper it looks. Oh, Lydia, this is really pretty if you're watching. Love this on the napkin. I've printed this before on paper. I have it on paper. I was using it. I'm using this pattern for something, for Mother's Day, for a design team project. And it's beautiful. This kit's gorgeous. It's called Floral Pastel, and it's huge. It comes with cards, envelopes, oh dear, papers, backing. This is a backing paper. What else? This looks like William Morris. Isn't it beautiful? I love William Morris. Do you know that they sell William Morris clothing in Europe? I am so jealous. I'm so jealous. William Morris blouses. They're gorgeous. Oh my goodness, they're so gorgeous. William Morris. I go on the New York Public Library. I'm not saying this so that you won't buy digitals. Buy digitals if you know you don't want to spend a lot of time on the libraries. But anyway, I go on the libraries for digitals a lot. You know, if I can't find something I'm looking for on Etsy or in my, you know, what I have on my printer, I'll go to either New York Public Library, Chicago Public Library, and then all you do is you click on, okay, so that's done. Now, if you have a brayer, did I already show you this? If you have a brayer, I probably didn't do this. If you have a brayer. If you don't, you can just do this exact same thing with your hands. But this is like a brayer you would use for like your gel plate, if you have a gel plate. I have one. I don't use it enough. I want to. I'm going to be, because I love mixed media. I just stopped doing it for some reason. I didn't think I was good enough. But I did talk to my friend Mateo, who is Arteo Mixed Media, and I showed him something I had done, and he thought it was great, and he gave me some tips. I haven't done it yet. Okay, now, as this dries, it's going to get real vintage looking, I promise. So we'll put that over there, put this over here, and the other one should be dry by now. And how you can tell if it's dry, it's still tacky, it's not dry. Well, we can still probably do it. So you want to take your parchment paper. Make sure there's no glue on it. There isn't. And take your iron. I happen to have a craft iron my husband bought me for Christmas one year. And I love it. It is the greatest. It's just the greatest tool in my toolbox. And then just press it. And what that does, this is part 2, like the second part you would do. And what that does is it reignites the glue and spreads it. And so it's never, ever going to come apart from the paper. Because remember, if you want that vintage looking wallpaper, you don't want to go after it with Mod Podge. Even the matte Mod Podge or the matte medium, it's still going to show. It won't look like paper anymore. And you know, what's the purpose? You might as well just use Mod Podge. Now this glue is going to stick, but it's only sticking on the paper around it. It's not sticking to the, but you should let that dry longer. Now, as this dries, as you can see, it's already the yellow from this paper is coming through. And as it gets drier and drier, it will get more vintage and more vintage. Let me just like put the iron on it one more time and help it out. So what I usually do is, you know, I'll do like 6 or 7 napkins. And by the time I'm done with the 7th one, the first, you know, couple are done, and then the next couple are done, and the next couple are done, and then, you know what I mean? They're ready for pressing. And you can use a regular iron and use it on your lowest setting, dry. Well, this is on the lowest setting, and this is just a craft iron. I shouldn't be doing that. That's going to tear my napkin. I should be waiting for it to dry. But it's video, you know, sometimes you just can't. This one's just gonna, this one I probably won't be able to do on video, but I will show it in the pictures. This one's got to dry. And then let's take a look at our napkins that we did again. So, all right, let's do our prints first. So these are prints. And then I'll show you the napkins again. And then I'll show you something you can do with them, other than what I've already done. So that's, is that a print or a napkin? No, that's a print. This is Marisa from Sweet Pea Curiosities. And look at those two together. Well, it's from the same kit, so it's obviously going to look nice. And I did put this down the middle of this particular paper because the birds were in the middle, and then the sides were florals. So I did place this purposely on here. And then we have this. So those are the ones that are printed. Did I print any others? No. The rest are all. So those are the printed ones. Gorgeous, right? So now, if you don't have a pretty napkin, you can print it. And then there's this one. That's a real napkin. Of course, those are. I haven't pressed that yet, and I can tell. So I will press that while we're here and show you the difference. Is that just not? Can you not? I mean, really? I say that all the time. I just can't. I just can't. Is that one? This one? This one? I didn't press that one either. There's this one. This one. This one. That one. This one my friend Patty did. It's a gorgeous napkin. I love it. But I have a print. I have a digital like that. So I could, similar. It doesn't have the dragonflies. But that's it on music paper. Perfect, right? Just perfect. I love this. Gorgeous. There's that one. And then this one came like this. Okay, so it was 4. I'll fold this in half so you can see. So it was, you know, the 4 pieces. Okay. So here it was, right? Now, when I unfolded it, I purposely cut it this way as opposed to this way, okay? Because if you look at your napkin before you print it, you could fold this over and use it as an over-the-page. Say this was a page in your journal. You can use this as an over-the-page flip. And this could be writing space, right? Or you could cut it in half after the fact, you know, when you don't want to use it as an over the page, and use it as 2 journaling cards. Or you could like cut this part, you know, like down the middle, and use this for a tag and this for a tag. And then you could cut this way and use it for 2 journaling cards. So many things you can do, and you don't have to back it or anything. And if you want that line to come out, I have to do it over here. Where's my quilt piece? I always put, oh, here it is. You have to put something down because it will, but if you want that line gone, take your iron and voila, line gone. See? Use it somewhere else. I should probably maybe do the line over there as well. I've folded this several times, so, and the iron's off. And I'm not turning it back on. So, right? Perfect. So that's that. Oh, I know. Let's iron these. I haven't ironed them yet. And you'll see this. Now, I did this several days ago, so this will come out really nice. Just turn this back on. Hold on 1 second. And then I'll let you go. Where are we? I'm so sorry. I try. But this is really important, guys. If you don't do this and reignite that glue, and you can do it several days later, you don't have to do it that day, then it will peel. I have to be careful because I think there's some glue on there and I don't want it to get on my iron. But see, it reignited the glue around the paper even. I'm going to get a different piece if you don't mind, because I think there's glue. I think there was glue on that piece and this is clean. This is just unbleached, what do you call it? There was glue on there. It's got on my quilt. It's unbleached parchment paper. I use it for my air fryer, and you can get 100 sheets at the Dollar Tree, and it comes in sheets like this. But this is so fun, and it's relaxing, and it's really, you know, for me it's like watercolor, because I love to do watercolor. I'm not a watercolor artist by any stretch of the imagination. I do full watercoloring. And if you would like me to do a video on that one day, I would happily do a video on faux watercoloring. I do a lot of faux stuff. It's not real, it's faux. Now, like I said, now the glue has reignited, so it'll take a while for it to get vintagey looking, but it will like yellow up a little bit more. Oh gosh, they are so cute. And that's it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed that. Oops. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I really hope that you'll come back tomorrow for another craft with me video. Now I got glue everywhere. It's not really. I mean, it's just gonna dry fine. It's just that the heat might have ignited some of the glue on the other pages. But these are going to start to turn yellow. Oh, and if they curl like this, just put them under your mat or under, you know, a heavy book. And it will flatten right out. Well, actually, you could even do this. Just don't bend it, just roll it. I think I did this in my last video. That I didn't say it was faux wallpaper because I thought it was silly. I didn't think anybody would be interested. And then, you know, you could watercolor this, you know, with, you know, just a very dry watercolor brush. You could use colored pencils or you could use chalks. I like the chalks. You know, I like to highlight like the dress maybe in that, and maybe her shoes over here. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. can even, I just can't. Guys, this is still a little damp, so I'm not going to play with it. And I don't think I want to tear that. Yeah, I do. I'll be cutting it anyway. Hey, so cute. And where's that one that I put? Oh, here it is. This one is this one. But see, it looks good with like a little bit of chalk on it. So that's it. I wish I could speed up my video. I can't. I'm really sorry. Let's take out our printed ones, because those are the ones that are the most exciting, I think. Because you can get napkins anywhere. Oh no, I reignited the glue on that. On here. I didn't reignite it, it was wet. Be very careful. It's hard when you're on video. So print, and I don't know. There it is. And print. Oh, there's another one. I know there is. I remember. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. Oh no, there was another one. I did do another one. Oh, I have to be careful. I did do another one. It was Raindrop Lilac, and it was, oh, I forget. I did another one earlier. That was Raindrop Lilac. Don't know where it is. Sorry. Make sure everything's nice and dry. These are dry. I don't know where that other print went. Sorry. I had another one. I had two of Maurice's. I printed one of Raindrop Lilac. I bet I can't even tell. I bet that's the problem. I can't tell which one it is. It was lilacs. Oh no, it was, I know what it was. It was hydrangeas. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I did with it. I know it was hydrangeas. I just know it. Oh well, it's okay. I'll show it in the I'll show it in the pictures. Or I'll show it to you when I work with it. Okay? So printed, regular napkins. All right, everybody. Till next time. Be well, be safe, be kind to yourself and to others, and God bless. And I'll see you in the next video, I hope. And if you have any questions, leave them in the description box below. I will leave the link to the Amazon for the construction paper and the link for these papers that I used. I can't leave links for the napkins because I do not know. No idea. I don't really remember at all because I've had them for so long. All right. Oh, this is how I store my napkins. So I have a bag and it has like spring, summer, and winter, fall. So these are all my spring, summer. I mean, I don't have a lot of napkins anymore. I got rid of a ton of napkins because I'm addicted to them. I was. I'm not so much addicted to them now, but I was. And this can be very, very addictive. There's another one. I can't find those hydrangeas. Oh, those are hydrangeas, but I know I printed another one of Raindrop Lilacs. I just don't remember which one it was because I can't tell. I seriously cannot tell which one is the print. But you can't tell, right? Like you can't. You can't tell which is a real napkin and which is the print. I don't think. All right. Love y'all. Bye.